City again. Notice as we go by, there's a building over there that has a diamond-shaped roof on it. It's just to the left of the AM building there. There's a building there with an antenna on. That's the Prudential building. That was in Paulus, Chicago. That building with the diamond-shaped roof, Michigan Avenue, it's called the Smurf and Stone building. That's the tallest building in the city of Chicago at this time. It has been designed by a woman architect. Buckingham Fountain. To go over there and see our wheel. We have Beluga whales over there. We have Pacific Light Side of Lake Michigan out here. There are over 250 World War II naval aircraft sitting down there. So we're going to get into the lock here. Look over the pier again. Look at that Ferris wheel over there, if you would, please. That Ferris wheel was built to honor the original Ferris wheel that was designed by George Ferris. Mr. Ferris designed that wheel for the Columbia Exposition of 1893. The wheel was 285 feet high. It had 36 cars. Each car held 60. One car had a full orchestra on it, insurance of Right William Street, where it sat for a number of months. It lost money. Mr. Ferris went bankrupt and he committed suicide. The Ferris wheel was dismantled one last time and then cut up and sold for scrap. The tragedy is, if we had that Ferris wheel today, it would be in Chicago as the Eiffel Tower is in Paris. down the main branch of the river. I'll be to the right side again. This time it's the north view from the village apartments. That is West Point Towers. It was built in 1969. It's 70 stories tall. It was the tallest residential building in the world when it was built. Originally it was a rental property. Today it's a condominium building. That building was built in 1969, like I told you. However, it was designed and mentored students had seen this design, approached them, and asked them if they could use it and build it here. He said, they came to the city of Chicago to build it here, and the city said, you can't build a building over here. And they said, why not? The city said, because there's a city ordinance that says you cannot build a building on land east of Lakeshore Drive. The architect said we're going to court. They went to court. They went before the judge and said, Your Honor, the city ordinance can't build a building east of Lakeshore Drive on land. Sometimes you get away with things on little technicalities. The parents had a lot of famous tenants over the years. Oprah Winfrey lived there. Sammy Sosa lived there, the infamous Cub. Tom Cruise lived there at one time. Notice the base of the building extends all the way west to the outer drive. It's fully landscaped on top of it with an in-ground swimming pool. This piece of land on the right here, too, that's got the white fence around it, is being developed into a park. It'll be called Jean Baptiste.
Y que solamente se pudo haber realizado en esa parte de
the Northern Hemisphere. It's been designed by Santiago Calatrava. He's a very avant-garde Spanish architect. It is a spire. It twists as it goes up. It looks like a drill bit. It'll have a 4-story entryway lobby. It'll have a community room at the top with his grandson. As we go by it, look in front of it. Notice there's a pyramid in front of it. In that pyramid, there's a water cannon. The water cannon goes off every hour on the hour. It shoots a stream of water across the river 120 feet. So if under it, when it goes off, you'll get drenched. The waterfall in the center represents the Great Continental Divide of the United States. It's viewed in 5 places to represent the 5 Great Lakes. Green tinted windows to reflect the river. The building has a grand ballroom that's so big that our Chicago Bears football team could actually play football in that grand ballroom. Designed to honor the NBC Tower in New York City. It's home to our local NBC news station, and the infamous Jerry Springer Show is broadcast from there. Next we have Bleacher Pavilion right here. This is the downtown campus of the University of Chicago, designed by Dirk Lohan. It has 27 classrooms in it. The University of Chicago has more Nobel Prize winners than any other university in the world. As we go by it though, notice the west wall. You'll see there are no windows on that wall. Mr. Lohan was criticized for that. He defended himself to his critics by saying, students should be studying, not looking out the window. Next is the Equitable Building, designed by Skidmore, Owings & Merrill. The important thing here is not the building, but the location. This is where Jean Post right here. Originally limestone. It has flying buttresses at the top that are strictly ornamental. Walk around that building. Cemented in the base of the building are 120 pieces from famous structures from around the world. The Taj Mahal, the Alamo, the Great Wall of China. I can go on and on. They're all in the building. They're all identified. It's very cool to see them there. I've often thought, how do mounds at the top to give it a grandiose appearance? There's a 3-story entryway with Corinthian columns. It also has a Tepietto at the top of the building. As we dock the boat, folks, if you'd all be seated, I'd appreciate it. I want to thank you on behalf of the captain, the crew, and myself. I hope you enjoyed the tour. Have a good evening. I'll be on the dock if there are any more questions. Good night, folks.
Thank you.